Sunday fun day. Hold on a second. I got teenagers, I still try to be quiet like they're babies. What's up, everyone? I am your hostess with the mostest, the High Priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, evangelist, North American Sybil. I am your messenger of God on God's day. I am his first child, the Lilith reincarnated. On Sunday, fun day, fun day. Hey, I'm full of great energy, are you? I am. I'm full of it. Usually we don't start until after 11, but we're going to start now. It's going to be a day full of light codes and stuff. We're going to start out light, and then we'll go into more light, and then we'll do some religious teachings, and we'll be all in the light today. Why? Because I got it in me. I feel it. I feel it in my jellies. We're going to pull out some oracles that I haven't pulled out since the very beginning. This is one of my oracles from the very beginning. Oracles of the portals. We're always going through portals. Always, always, always and forever. Always. And that's jumping timelines. When you make a decision and you change the direction of your life, you go through a portal. There's a 7-7 portal coming up. Dun, dun, dun. Then there's the 7-11, the 818, all of those. Every Monday I go through a portal. Everyone, every Monday. That's why I teach you how to do the hard work on a Friday. What do we deal with on Friday? I mean, seriously, dude, I dealt with decades of life. How about you? So we're going to do those ones. We're going to look at my light workers. This is, again, after I got out of, as I started ascending. This is one of they're all part of the ascension. So we take these one at a time. As we get to the end, we start all over again. We always pull the Lumerians on a Sunday, where I believe are at the last card, and we'll start all over again. Right? These ones just called to me, and they're very interesting. They're very small. They're just, I would say these are like affirmation cards and shit like that. But those are the ones we're going to pull. And then I also have my divine nature. So we're not going in too deep to start with the morning, but later we'll go in deeper. We're going to start off nice and cuddly. Alright, so let's start with the Lumerians because they're the highest level of light, and then we'll work our way through the timelines. These ones we go completely in order, so we're at 56, vulnerability. Ooh, that is a beautiful card. For those that don't know, this person started having a spiritual awakening and was drawn to art. Started creating art. Never was really an artist. And then her name is Izzy, as she was creating this artwork, she was getting transmissions and downloads. And then the art was asked to be turned into teachings, and she put them into oracles. Why do they come in oracles and shit like that? Because only spiritual people, it's a spiritual way. How would you market a spiritual context, a spiritual learning guide to that? Tarot readers don't read oracles. Oracles read oracles. Oracles are, they're truth seekers. So that's how that works. I have maybe 5 decks of tarot, and that's because you can see they're very intricate, different levels of ascension. But I have over 40 oracles. Really? Have we been through them all? Nope. We step into them, and they're, that's where it is you find your guidance all over the place. So this happened. When I got these oracles, I was guided to get these oracles. Those stones that are in front that always stay out there are Lumerian clear quartz crystals. Lumerian seed clear quartz crystals. There was a conjunction that happened between the Lumerians and the Atlanteans in 2023 that I was part of. When it happened in the summer. I was staying at Chris's house. Chris introduced me to the crystal grid. He was a crystal miner, and as I would get around them, they would, all these things would happen. I learned how to work with crystals through his house. He had all of them, all kinds of them. That's where these actually came from, was his house. Really? So during that time, he had a big old one that I was holding on to, and he told me all about it. And I was guided to put it, and then he had an Atlantean clear quartz crystal. And then later I found out there was, through the internet, that there was this whole conjunction that was happening. So that's when I got introduced into these particular cards. And these are high level, like, the first ones were the light workers. And then I got my white light frequencies. So we were going through frequencies of energy. And then I got these. And then after that, what was the highest? I truly believe that's the highest level of, frequencies here on Earth that you're getting. Really? Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Let's see. It's the last card. Real strength, holding space, healing past wounds, accepting yourself as you are, sharing the depths of your heart, raw truth, compassion for others, removing your armor. Have you been keeping up with me? It's exactly what I went through this weekend, throughout the week. And that's what I've been teaching you, is to take it off. What? You. The crab shell. Take off the crab shell, bro. Come out of the fucking, come out of the hole, take off the fucking, shave your fucking face, cut your hair, let people see you. Come out of the hole. It's the best way I can see it. Our vulnerability can be one of the greatest gifts that we can share. It also can also be the hardest. In our society, we are conditioned to put on a facade, to be strong even when times are difficult. Paradoxically, being vulnerable is one of the strongest things we can be. And that's really it, is because you're told not to do this. You're told not to show your weaknesses. And that's what we were talking about, our shadows and all of this. It's a part of you you're denying. Your soft, tender part. It is easy to armor ourselves with the harsh truth that may be too painful to bring to the light of day. However, this causes great suffering as buried pains become shadows. And that's what we do around here. We pull them out. They're us. They're just parts of us that we've denied because we're ashamed. But there's no reason to carry shame for our lives and what God has put us through. That's what Jesus set us free, was things like shame, blame, embarrassment, guilt, regret, hatred. You don't have to feel that way about what we've been through. And that's where the supporting community comes in, and you realize you're not the only person that's been through some shit. But holding it in makes you feel like you're going to implode because you're the only one holding this in. When you speak about your life, like I do, people like you are able to speak about theirs too. You know what I mean? You're not the only person hurting from life. And it's okay to let that hurt out. You're meant to be strong and just sit there and scream in someone's face, but what if you just cried? Instead of trying to be strong, why don't you just cry about it? The fight stops when you really show your truth. We don't have to fight anymore. I understand that you're afraid. I understand that you're hurt. I understand that this is making you angry. But when you're just angry, I can't understand why you're angry. Help me to understand why you're angry. Anger is the shell we carry. That's that crab shell, bro. It's easy to walk around hard. That's my strength. My superpower is being soft, even though I've had a hard life. That's being Empress mode. Not having to be, such a bad man, but being able to be free in your feelings. However, this causes great suffering as buried pain becomes shadow. Unprocessed negative experiences can incarnate as much more troublesome traits or insecurities than their origin. When we are truly honest with ourselves in all our facets, we are vulnerable. That honesty is important step in our discovering our shadows and bringing them to light for healing. Furthermore, when we share our vulnerability with others, we allow them to glimpse a deeper part of ourselves. I'm a demisexual, right? So when people show me their vulnerability, their pains, their sufferings, their real self, I become extremely attracted, physically attracted to them, to see what's behind the mask. to see the part of them they don't show anyone else. That's intimacy at its fullest level, right? Now, when I share mine, it gives you guys a glimpse into a deeper part of me. You could have never known, without me telling you my stories of my husbands, you could have never known what I was truly running from. But I couldn't put it in words yet. I couldn't face it. I could only tell you, you know what I mean? There was many things I was running from. And the more I tell you, you know what I mean, why I'm acting this, you know, the more that you discover of where this comes from, the more you can be compassionate about why I act this way. Nobody fully understands why I really want a man, but I really hate them. You have to know where that comes from. And with that, you have compassion and understanding. I get it now. I get why you act like that. People don't get you because you're hiding you. They don't really know what is making you, you. And that's you too, is, you know what I mean? Even though I'm here to show it to you, it's my self-healing. It's my self-discovery. Me going back to my past hurts and sharing them with you on live videos as it happens in the moment. I share these very intimate moments of healing with you all the time, where I have to visit past pains and wounds and cry with myself and rebuild myself from these horrible memories of what's been done to me and look at life differently. That's what makes me your master. Your ascending master at this is because we're going to master this and ascend over all of this. And I teach you in all areas of life, but I teach you through my life and my experiences. And I inspire you to do the same. And it's taught in all these books and all these cards and everything I pull out is to do this with you. Why am I the best at it? Because I have the most shadows. I have the most shadows in the world. I have the most secrets in the world. They're hidden. I have 39 years of secrets, and they get worse and worse. Have you heard a good one yet? Jesus Christ, right? How could you do so much pain to one person? Hey, lights out. It's okay. That's mercy and grace. I'm still here. And that's what makes me so powerful, is I'm still a good person despite all the bad things that's happened to me. And you are too. But right now you're not showing that goodness because you still have all that bad shit on top of you, which is your hard outer shell. They call it a wicked heart. Your heart's been hardened by its experiences. We've got to go in and break these hard-ass experiences off of our hearts. They're heavy. We wear them as armor. And we hurt people with them because we're hurting. We allow them to glimpse to a deeper part of ourselves. This is fertile soil for trust. It plants, and that's it. When you know how deep I go, you know you can talk to me because I've been through it. I know how to go through it. And that's what it's about. My knowing is to help you understand yourself and how to handle yourself. It plants the seeds for others to share the place that are for others to share the places that are most raw and tender for them. Our closest friendships can be formed in this space. The times when we feel too comfortable to reach out to others can be the very times, or too uncomfortable, can be the very times when we need them most. Having compassion and awareness of struggle and disorientation others may be going through is valuable contribution to the world. And that's it. You shut down when you're going through your shit and nobody knows what's going on with you. They can't reach you and help you. One that I can feel that I have to reach out a lot is Lewis. Is Lewis racing? It's like he's meant to stay in his own little, Marshall. They all just hide in their little places and in their little spaces going crazy from their feelings and their fucking memories. And it's in those dark spaces, you know what I mean? I showed them how to get out of there. Holding space where others can be vulnerable is a key element of healing work. Self-love is also connected to our ability to be vulnerable, as it allows us to be true to ourselves, exactly as we are, without judgment. And that's it, you know what I mean? It took a lot for Kanye to come out and say some shit. It took a lot for fucking, you know what I mean? They feel safe with me. But unfortunately, they go out there and the rest of the people don't make them feel so good about what they have to say. But, you know, going back to Russ had all of this built up. He's 2 albums in of, you know, unpacking himself and really trying to master himself and looking at himself and always did, you know what I mean? It's all about himself. Marshall's whole album was about, you know, looking at himself. You know what I mean? All of them are in this self-realizational space because of, you know what I mean, our engagements. Me teaching them how to do it and them being, you know what I mean, prone to do it. They're not doing it for me. They're doing it for them. And this type of work is extremely fucking difficult. But we'll all come out, you know what I mean, sharper tools on the other side because we won't be carrying all these secrets and all this shit that we hid from the world and from ourselves. We won't walk with our heads down, but with them high. We're not going to be ashamed of the life God gave us. We'll be proud of it. Not proud, grateful. Never proud. Always grateful. Everybody sits there. Why, God? Why'd you do this to me? How could you do this to me? How could you do this to me? Without the understanding that the doing is for you and not to you, and that He's doing this for a many just like you, and this is your chance to shine. Without understanding your trials and tribulations, you just feel like you're in war. Divinatory means be vulnerable with yourself or others. It may also be time to step into the role of a healer and hold space. Holding space means being fully present, without judgment, in a way that provides a safe and nurturing environment. In this place, guards can be dropped, and a deeper level of awareness and relating can unfold. Enabling unconditional love and acceptance allows for vulnerability to be expressed, for the core of dis-ease to be discovered, and for profound healing to take place. This is the last card of this journey. It's teaching you to be vulnerable with yourself and with others. As you go out there, this is the last message they teach you. Share your vulnerability, share your stories, share yourself fully. Not just the great stuff, but the bad stuff too. When I had that first date with Bobby, I had simple talk, you know, and I asked about simple shit. Do you have kids? You know, were you ever going to have kids? Because here I am, you know, divorced with children. And I'm asking him. He said, no, I had a really good thing, but I fucked it up. How did he fucked it up? He eventually tells me that it turns into some domestic violence and he lost the girl and she disappeared. He said she ran away and I never talked to her again. And he says, as far as my ability to make babies, no, I guess not. Is what he says. Fair enough. Fine. I really thought it was absolutely beautiful that he opened up about him playing the bad guy role in the relationship. Because I had just came out of a relationship with a man that couldn't accept that he was a bad guy and that he played a bad role. So I'm sitting in front of a man that has accepted that he played a bad role in his last relationship. He has a sense of awareness and he's willing to tell me about his fuck up. He's being honest with me. And I find that unbelievably attractive because he's owning up to a really big mess up. He tells me straight across, I really cared about her. I loved her. I fucking fucked this up. That's what he tells me with the details. And I found that extremely beautiful. What's really crazy is within a couple weeks' time, that very person shows up at our job with his brand new baby. He'd already told me that he loved her. And that he couldn't have kids. And here she is with his kid. And my mental status was like, here's your dream come true. She needs you and you're going to be a dad. And I backed off. And that's how all this started. Really? Yeah, bro. I looked at the situation, analyzed it so fast, and just removed myself immediately. Immediately, pretty much. I stopped fucking with him. I became cold with him at work. I just stopped talking to him. Apparently, we were still kind of sleeping, but I didn't see anything with him anymore after that. I didn't see him as a possibility. I still liked him, but I had to, I just saw that. And I just stepped out of it. I watched from the outside. She rang him through the ringer for fucking child support. She never really wanted him. He started dating other girls. By that time, I'd already stepped too far away. I wasn't going to get back involved. Why? Because I was already fucked up. I had a fucked up life right then. I was trying to get my shit together, bro. I was trying to take over the world. I was trying to put furniture in my house and rebuild my life, bro. Really? Yeah. Yeah. He quit that job, and then he would still work for a sister company that was still there, so he'd show up, you know, once in a while. We'd see him around. And then I quit the job, and I never saw him again. He came back after I released my first single, and that started this whole fucking awakening. And God says I'm getting married. Get excited. Moving on. So anyways, be vulnerable. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing, dude, to just be honest. You know what I mean? And people couldn't understand me until I started being honest and true about, you know, what I've been through. They didn't know who I was. Not really. Let's move on to our divine nature. These I love just because I love. They're more poetic, and I just love the artwork and the feel. There's just something about them. I treat them like they're very special to me. 41. Burn sacred fire. Wow. Somebody call 911. I mean, fire. Journey. That was number 40. Alright. Yeah. Anger is sacred fire denied to many of us. We're encouraged to be compliant and agreeable, even when it's not in our best interests. Fire is fuel for change. Too little fire, we risk listless or depressed. Too much fire, and we risk our peace of mind being consumed by wrath or worse, bitterness. The invitation in this moment is to find the creative power in your anger. What change can you invite? What injustice can you transform into justice through letting anger have its voice? When you allow sacred fire to have its space, you help the phoenix usher what is no longer vital into the ashes in order to be reborn on the wings of new life. Wow. As we were talking about your anger. Anger management, right? So you see me and Marshall at the worst part of the spectrum where we're setting everything on fire. We're just literally smoldering fire that will burn you if you get too close. But then you see Allie and Russ that will not start a fire at all. Fucking Lewis. They will not raise their voice. They will not step out of line. They will not show anger. They will not show dominance. They will not. I hate to say it. It's just it's dishonoring. It's like they won't let their balls hang. They won't be heard in the room. They won't tell you to shut the fuck up and sit the fuck down. They won't. They need our fire to show them how to harness theirs, but we need theirs, you know what I mean? We need their water to douse some of our fire out. And that's it. It's like, you know, the light and the dark of this, the balance and the equality of it. It's like you need to learn how to harness the four elements in general. But, you know, shit, as a fucking fire starter, as the very definition of fire, the dragon, the fire of all truth and justice, it's like, that's what I was telling Marshall yesterday. It's not what we say, it's how we say it. You know what I mean? We can't just go around burning people just because we like to see the ash. We like to see the smoke. Everything we say is fire, bro. It's always fire. Royce is fire, bro. He's not gonna say it to your face, but what he says is fire. Logic is fire. That's that air where we use the sword out of our mouth, dude. We create fire in our words. It's funny because Russ is like, that's fire. I guess. That's not the fire we be speaking, bro, but I guess. Could you see Mike Stud, you know what I mean, in the middle of it going Cardi B? Like, throw your fucking, you know what I mean? Cardi B is fire. Somebody call 911, bro. Somebody call 911. Justin Bieber? Fire. Fire. Nicki Minaj? Fire. Fire, bro. Be careful when you approach us. Fire. The rest of them are going to be nice and friendly. They might give you an ugly look. Bitch, get the fuck up out my motherfucking face. Fire. We give off that energy. Get the fuck up out my face. That's fire. It's fire. Be careful. Careful. It's that shell. You gotta turn that fire down. That's that. Fire. You have to be able to speak your fire, bro. You have to be able to speak truth. This shit's gonna burn. It's gonna burn. It's gonna burn. If I open my mouth right now, oh fuck. I'm gonna burn this whole motherfucker down right now. If I say one motherfucking word, I'm gonna burn this whole motherfucker down. Do you have that fire? Can you burn it down? Can you set a fire? Can you drop the mic like Marshall or I can? Where we could say one sentence, the whole fucking room goes quiet, and they won't say fucking shit back. They can't say shit back, and it's the end of the conversation as we leave the door. That Debo moment where you can't say shit when we walk in the door, because if we have to open our mouth to you, it's done. You're done. No, Kanye don't got that fire. Kanye just he's just running his motherfucking mouth. There ain't shit coming out of that nigga's mouth. I'm talking about fire, bro. Have you ever had to light someone up real quick like? I do it all day. I'll light your bitch ass up. What'd you just say to me, bitch? And I say it so calm, so cool, so smooth. I'm sitting there with my head down rolling a motherfucking joint, and I just lit you and your whole fucking family up. The conversation's done now. You can walk away. The fuck you gonna say, bitch? Say something, bitch. Say something, bitch. That's fire. You got that fire? You need to have that fire. You need to be able to speak your truth with fire. Where when you're heard, it's done. It don't need to be explained. It's done. You all have that power to be a king or queen of swords. To cut through the bullshit with your words. You don't say it because what? You trying to keep the peace? You biting your tongue? Is that why you got a fat neck? Who's got you gagged? Who said you can't say that? Bitch, you can't hear that. You're too sensitive? You can't hear my words? You don't hear the fucking words that are coming out of my mouth? That's fire. I know it is. We need to put that out a little bit. I talked about this yesterday. It's like, Marshall, we have a problem. We have an SOS here. Pull out the fire hydrant. We're in trouble. Somebody need to water us down. We need to be washed of our sins in this one. In the sense of, we have the ability to do this every time we open our mouths. We got to make sure that we use that fire to create, not just destroy. Some of you need to just find the fucking the fire inside of you. It's not about drive. You fucking forcing yourself to get up to go to a hard day's work every day is not drive. That's desperation and fear. Lou is doing a fucking losing job for the rest of this year is not drive. If he had any fucking fire in his loins, he'd quit this shit. Say, I'm done with this losing ass position. I'm gonna chill until there's a winning position for a winner like me. Now he'll accept the breadcrumbs. Dipshit. Call me bitch. I dare you. I'm sexy. You ain't got no fire, bro. That's what it is. I'm always gonna douse you. Like, if you can't... I'm not gonna rage up with Marshall because he's gonna fire... We're gonna just sit there firing at each other. Pew, 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 pew. This is stupid. It's like fucking... It's like Voldemort and fucking Potter. It's like, phew, until I say something out of love, and then he's gonna go and crawl in his little circle and be like, oh, nobody loves me. Here's the true power, is love. And I love you. What? I said I love you. No, you don't. Are you calling me a liar? He's mad. Fine. I'm gonna fight you because you love me. That's what that is, bro. You gotta dig deep, bro. You know it, bro. You know if you say this shit is about to go down. It's about to go down. You get ready for it. You prepare yourself. You feel it in your belly. It's like, oh, here comes that moment. Take a deep breath and blow that fire. I just saw you. What you mean you saw me? Yeah, you want to talk about this? When you start speaking truth, oh shit. Oh shit. You gotta have that shield next to you. Oh shit. That's why people are scared. Keep the peace, then. Keep the peace. Don't say shit, bitch. Don't say shit. You're a slave to the shit, bro. Don't say shit. Don't say shit, you ain't saying shit, bitch. You ain't saying shit. I'll talk about your mom, your kids, your fucking everybody. Don't say shit, bitch. Because you an ain't saying shit, bitch. You ain't got no fire. You ain't got no truth. You ain't got no balls. You ain't got no heart to stand up for yourself. You an ain't saying shit, bitch. I'll talk shit about you forever. You ain't gonna say shit. I silenced the lambs. You feel powerful as an ain't saying shit, bitch? Shit. Christ didn't stay quiet. He knew exactly what to fucking say. What'd he say? The motherfucking truth, bitch. You ain't saying shit. Anyways, that's a good one. Did you like that? I liked it. Let's go into my Phoenix ones. The Phoenix. Why? Because we were just talking about it in my other ones. These are pretty cool. I was just drawn to them. Aren't they pretty? Alright. Let's see what you ain't saying shit bitches ain't talking about today. What's going on in the conscious minds of the non-speakers? The non-speakers. They told you to speak up, bro. I said that for the first year. Speak your truth. Speak your truth. That's all I talked to people. I literally drill sergeant that for the first year. Why can't you just speak your truth? Why can't you just speak up? I don't know, bro. It's that Adam's apple. They got the apple stuck in their throat. Where they at? Ooh. Hey, you're the monkeys. Oh. I'd have fun with what I do. Why? Because God's fucking with you, and I'm just here with it. As long as he's not fucking with me, I don't care. Hey, you're the monkeys. Look, you're not gonna say shit. You didn't see shit. You didn't hear shit. You fucking monkeys. You like that? You like it. You are wiser than you think. You have received this card as the universe wants you to focus on your wise self. The three monkeys are ancient sacred Japanese icon. Traditionally, they have represented see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. That's the shit you put in, is the shit you put out, bro. You guys are Sarah. Oh god, I'm seeing Russ and all his 17,000 followers that he follows all these fucking girls and shit. All day he's putting in lust and distorted divine feminine energy into him all day. All day. Because even the dudes he talked to are in some distorted divine feminine energy. So then he puts out distorted divine feminine energy. For reals? Yeah. You are what you eat, motherfucker. He be eating it up. Go look at his followers. They're every little girl band group that's ever been. For real? His girlfriend. He's a... Dude, if we took Russ out of his body and put him in a female figure, isn't he just that? Is he the divine masculine in this relationship? No, he's my divine feminine. He's so distorted. If he doesn't get his feelings together, I don't want to date him. You lesbian. He really doesn't. Look at him. He don't got any male friends. He doesn't work through a masculine energy with, men. He doesn't have that. Why? Because his mother demasculizes the men in their family. Really? Yeah. Why? Because I don't want to talk about that's enough about him. Anyways, Three Monkeys psychic reading card has very different meanings. The guy still watches cartoons and plays video games. He's 30 years old trying to be part of a basketball team. So? For real? Yeah, bro. He's a whole ass kid. So? He's such a hater. I'm not talking about him. Hey, no, we're not talking about it like, okay, look. This is an identity crisis of a person that said he was something, but it displays something like that. That's what they had me manifesting all morning like that. That's what they had me manifesting all morning with husband. And is telling you to focus on all positive factors to bring those energies back into your life. The reverse meaning of this card are three dumb monkeys. Hey, can you turn that down a bit?
They had a straight Pride Festival. And they were
because they just want to be jealous because there's a Pride Festival.
And everyone was being racist and saying the N-word, and there was a whole bunch
Oh my god. That's like when they took the Black Lives Matter and then the people came around, they're like, all lives matter. Shut up.
And then,
Shut up. Nobody wanted to hear you. We're being heard and you want to be louder than us. Alright, no. Where we are in the portals. Oracle of the portals. We're always going through portals. And then I've got the hold your center, which is exactly what that last one says. Vulnerability. What do we got? Oh, wow. A whole new world. This is a great card. Why? Because we're going into a new world. I am. You're not. You're still living in the same old world. I got all kinds of new prospects ahead of me. What number is that? 30. Did you see we were in 33, 31? I think the last one. This one in front of me is 34. We're in the 30s. The dirty 30s. I went to Magic. Voyage 30. The world is a vast and interesting place. It's natural to want to see and experience new things. At this moment, you may be moving to a new location or workplace, or you may be refreshing your perspective in a way that causes you to feel like an explorer in a previously undiscovered land. Such newness is exciting, but it can also be frightening. Even beautiful territory, when unknown, can be unsettling. Your dream job can feel overwhelming on your first date. Falling in love can make you feel sick to your stomach. Moving to a new city requires you to leave all your comfortable habits and routines behind. These feelings of being out of your element will pass sooner than you imagine, and you will begin to feel at home in this uncharted environment or phase, and you will be free to enjoy all the benefits and blessings of this new world contains. This card may also be arriving because you've been craving new challenges or horizons. You may have even tried to talk yourself out of these feelings by telling yourself that things are fine how they are. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But such cliches are not universally appropriate. And when it's time to get moving, the soul knows. Ooh, this is so aligned. At portals, your creativity more fully, or become open. Even if it feels highly uncomfortable, this is an invigorating and revelatory time. As you step into the new, free to see yourself and your life through new eyes. This will open you up This will open a new worlds of possibility. Focus. Well, I mean, if you've destroyed something, then you can focus on a new world, but you can't if you're still stuck in your old world. For those of us that, don't have a job, we can sit there and think about, we can focus on what job we really want to do now. For those of us that aren't in a relationship, we can focus on what kind of relationship we want to be in. For someone like me that doesn't have a home fully right now, I can focus more on where I want to live, what that will look like. You know what I mean? We can focus on new futures because we don't have anything standing in our way. We have nothing but possibilities. We're not attached to, an old way of life. And that's it too, is, people that get new jobs, across town, they go to new lives. That's what brings a lot of people to Colorado. They came here for a job. They've never been here before. They just came because they know how to do a job. Or it's a job they never did before. So it's all brand new. They're in a new city. They're about to learn a new way of life and shit. So that's how it is for me. And anytime you take a new job, it comes with a new way of life. You have a new schedule, new people. You know what I mean? It's just always new. Unless you're in the same old shit. That's where I'm at right now. We were talking about that earlier. I mean, that's where we're always at. Is manifesting our next big move. And getting ready to move in it. And especially before the 7/7, that's what they're asking is, what do you want? What can we give to you? How may I serve you? Really? Something like that, pretty much. So that's how that looks. But if you start fucking with your manifestations and putting in all these fears and, I can't, and this might not work, and what if they say, and all this, you're fucking with the energy, though. You're not making it come in too clear. All right. Hold your center. This is very interesting as I look at it. It's kind of like a Four of Swords. And that's what I heard in a lot of your guys' readings. You pulled the Six of Cups and the Four of Swords. Six of Cups is looking in the past. The Four of Swords is a time of rest and taking, it can be a forced seclusion. It's supposed to be just a time of rest. Where you're just, self-evaluating. Reflection is what that is. All the fucking time. This is going to be out of our light workers. If you want to keep up with us. 34. We only pull these type of cards on Sunday, but not all of them. Most of them I haven't pulled in months. It's just, you can take your own journey, is how that looks. If you want, or you can keep up with us. Alchemical mutation. I know. Get away from me. That's what's wrong with me. It was fucking with me. Master healing, past life activation comes next. All right, here we go. Have you been rushing out to meet others, trying to bend or accommodate their needs at the expense of your own well-being and inner peace? Now you are to strengthen your own energy, your own boundaries, to find your ground. Firmly place your feet there and do not move. Feel your feet anchoring like a beautiful tree. Let yourself experience quiet certainty as you hold your center with commitment, courage, and closeness. You are learning to trust your own instincts, to take your own journey without comparison to life path of another. There's no need to become disheartened or distracted by the comparisons or judgments. The earth needs your light, which can only come from you. I'm smelling sage so strong right now, and I'm out of it. I need to go get some. You will offer so much less if you try to make it match your beauty to what you perceive to be the beauty of another. Many souls who are different and unique were not understood, acknowledged, or valued for who they were as children. Instead, they were encouraged to conform, to change, to be other than their true self in order to be loved. This can be a hard pattern to break. And that goes back to your parents telling you what is acceptable, how to dress, how to talk, what not to say, who to talk to, who not to be friends with, all of that shit. They were projecting on you. You certainly do not need to change for the divine. You're being encouraged instead to distill your essence, to become even more of you. And that's it. I don't become less dramatic. I become more dramatic. Why? Because I am the drama. Hold your center now and do not be rattled by any other, though through intimidation, confrontation, doubt, jealousy, or fear. To hold your center means to accept your innate value and worth, your right to exist and thrive, and to accept the love that created you in order to fulfill your destined destiny. I tried to talk to you guys about that, I believe, on Friday morning. People don't accept you, but God loves you just the way you are. And we can sit there and you're like, God, why did you make me such a mess? You're my beautiful disaster, and I love you. And they're going to love you the more that you love you. And that's really it. It's like, your disapproval of me doesn't really matter. I mean, in essence, it's like, well, I wish you'd like me, but I don't care if you don't. There's nothing not to like. I'm just a bit too much for you. And that's because you're too little for me. This oracle brings you confirmation. You are on the right path. You do not need to collapse into fear or doubt to ease old guilt or make others more comfortable. It's not selfish or hard of you to be strong. You can hold yourself in high esteem and be gentle and loving to others, whilst absolutely refusing to accept any behavior, belief, or attitude of another would tear you down or cast you into doubt or self-hatred. And that's what I mean. Your fucking opinion of me means nothing. You're entitled to it because this is what you call people like me, but you're just trying to call me someone else. Your opinion doesn't make or break me, bro. My situation doesn't either. And that's that faithfulness of a Job. Yeah, and I can be a great servant of God with all joy and happiness on a fucking welfare check in a homeless shelter, with all faithfulness that he's going to change my situation and make it all better, and not sit here hating on him or anyone else, or feeling sorry for myself, or judging anyone else that has to go through these kind of trials and tribulations. But you can sit there on your high tower and be like, oh, well, she ain't shit, and she's this, and she's that, because she ain't got this, and she ain't got her life together. You work on your life, boo-boo. Work on putting your life together. I'm working on letting God put my life together, and that's hard work. Surrendering that much control to let him do something like this in my life, and having understanding that he did this to every great person that ever gave their life to God, is something beyond your stupid understanding, and it's beyond your paycheck. You could never face such things. But in the essence, your opinion doesn't establish my self-worth. And my situation doesn't establish it. The ability to walk through such fire with my head held high in the name of Jesus and God, go fuck yourself. You can call me whatever you want to call me. God calls me chosen. He loves me. He put me here to show you, to show myself, but to show you that he loves everyone, and anybody's path is chosen, and this is literally what he chose for me. He chose Pac's life for him, and Pac appreciated that life and used that life to inspire others of that life to have love for their life. So going back to it, it's like, I refuse to accept any behavior, belief, or attitude from any of you that would tear down or cast any kind of doubt or self-hatred on myself. I don't care how you see me. All I care about is how God sees me, and that he's pleased with me. You are never pleased when I am pleasing God, but I am not a people-pleasing person. I aim to please my Lord, and that's it. As long as he's pleased, then I'm happy. My life is happy. Going around pleasing you doesn't make me happy, doesn't make him pleased, and doesn't put anything in our fucking pockets. As a part of your spiritual training, your soul learned to be open, to receive guidance and channel healing. This is what you need to be able to do to function as a healer, channel, and light worker. You had to be sensitive, receptive, and open. Now is the time to balance with that resilience, strength, and even some divine stubbornness. Refusing to give up on who you are whilst remaining open to guidance is the balance of loving wisdom necessary to grow yourself as a divine, unique individual in a world that often fears true individuality. And I, because I'm really right there in a whole teenage way of, like, I'm not going to just take over now, God. All right, you gave me all I needed to do. Now I can go out and be successful in this world. I can build my kingdom now. I don't need you, God. I don't need you anymore. I can go out and get a job now. I can get my house now. I can do this all without you, God. It was that attitude that made this so much more difficult. It's saying that I didn't need him and I could do it without him. How about I turn that around and say, God, I can't do anything without you, and I need you to do this. And I'm going to step back and watch your wonders. And I will work with you when you tell me to do the work. But I'm not working for myself, God. I'm working for you. Only as a priestess could you possibly give that kind of devotion to God. And you guys fail to realize that's what I am, is a priestess. I am the high priestess. When you meet me in the street, I'll introduce myself as Phoenix. I'm the high priestess Phoenix. Call me Phoenix. I'm a pagan high priestess witch that teaches the Christ consciousness, is what I will tell you on the streets. If we even have that conversation and you get past the fear of my necklaces. It's always the necklaces. And that's why I wear them. I can see your lack of faith in the fear of my fucking God that lies on my chest. My God makes you tremble. All the necklaces I have are a representation of God's. And when people see them, they tremble. They are a representation of my position. I am a priestess, and these are my gods. I don't wear all that, but I'm pretty well covered most of the time. You're not going to catch me with my titties hanging out. I know you expect Lisa or Phoenix or Lucky or whoever you think I am to have a very powerful and abundant life. You're expecting a priestess to be successful and material. You're expecting a priestess to be making big moves on social media and really expanding herself and her enterprise. You should expect a priestess to spend 4 or 5 times a day pushing out videos of her information and channeling with God, healing. I meet the expectations. You just don't know what I am. You're expecting me to be something I'm not. I'm not just some bitch. I'm the messenger of God. And it doesn't matter if I'm here in my car or to where he needs me to be. I'm a servant of God. And again, his promise was to take care of all of this already. And he will. In his time. I'm not going to take over and do his job when he promised to take care of this. Go ahead and take care of yourself without God. I'm letting God take care of me and my family. Your opinion of my priesthood means nothing. Now is the time to balance that resilience, blah, blah, blah. Refusing to give up on who you are whilst remaining open to guidance is the balance of the loving wisdom necessary to grow yourself as a divinely unique individual in the world that often fears true individuality. I'm a priestess, bro. That's true individuality. You've never seen a priestess. You don't know how they operate. I'm teaching you. A pagan priestess is that. A whole witch that honors Jesus Christ and God. Something you've never seen. You don't honor this. You can't respect it. You can't understand it. You expect me to get a fucking regular ass job and a regular ass life to go with this. What I do isn't regular. I had to sacrifice that regular ass life to become this. Something extraordinary. It's not done. I don't know why you can't see this, but God put me in a place to meet all of our needs. He gave us a home. He took care of our finances. He's making sure we're fed, protected. We have community. We're not in a bad place. We're in a good place. You just try to look bad upon us. And you did the same thing when he took us, you know what I mean? Car camping. And when he took us to all of our states, when we did our first camping trip, when he took us everywhere, you looked down upon us instead of looking up at the adventure that he took us on. You saw what I didn't do, what I wasn't doing, but you did not see what God was doing and why I was able not to do that. All you see is how I don't work. How can I not work like this? Because God does all the work. I'm not doing anything grimy. I'm not stealing from people. I'm not begging or lying or cheating. God is taking care of me. Like he promised he would. And you don't see that because I'm not taking care of me according to your expectations. I met your expectations. I was beyond your expectations. I was the boss's bitch. God said he wanted to be the boss and not to be a bitch no more. Your opinion means simply because it cannot be. Holding your center does not mean you no longer surrender. Instead, you consciously choose to surrender into divine love and grow more empowered. You're not going to tell me how to live my life. You're going to tell me what you think is best for my life, and I get that because you want me to have a better life. You want me to be in a better place. Hopefully, you're coming with love. You want better for me. I get that. Nobody wants better for me, something better for me than God. He wants the best. I promise you. Watch him. It takes time. It's unfair that he can't just wave a wand and him do it right away. But it's taking those steps to greatness, bro. He promised a great life. The life I have is great. It's just not the life I had or a life that you would want. I'm well taken care of. And that's something that I've never been. I've never been taken care of my entire life. He is taking care of me, and so well that it makes it easier to take care of my children, where I don't have to stress. I don't have to be God. I don't have to be a man. I don't have to be anything but his servant and their mother. And the more I'm a servant to him, the better. I don't know. I sit out there and they just don't even talk around me. People come around me. Why nothing around me? People come around me. Why no? I just notice they're around me a lot. And that's what they need your life. You need to believe in your ability to say as much as you need to know that you are willing to say yes when you feel guided to do so. Be true to you. Alright, I'm going to be on vacation. We're going to end here. You are empowered by divine love. In the bounds, they are the way that love chooses your inner strength into your life, and beings know their true inner strength through my own free will and unconditional love. So be it. All those you or I have to stumble on that. Many, just as much as us. and Lewis. These are my most powerful celebrities in the world. And they're hurting. They themselves are keeping up with the world. They are the world, but they're keeping up. And that's Marshall. To hold that fucking crown up is keeping them, to contain that success is keeping them unhappy, bro. What really is wild to me is if they gave up the success, they wouldn't be less successful. If Kim Kardashian just shut down the whole thing, literally, to go out anymore, to spend the rest of her life just being a great mother and not have obligations for life, fucking kids all day, and she would hanging out in the world. She's in a race to do it, most of it. You don't have to go back in there and create a life anymore. You don't have to hold up this one, and you don't have to create one. You win. What are you doing with this security? It's not making you feel secure because you're still competing to contend for your position that can never be taken away. If Kim Kardashian stopped, there would still never be another Kim Kardashian ever. There would never be another Lewis Hamilton ever. There will never be another Marshall Mathers ever. Just because they stop doing the work doesn't mean they lose their legacy. They just start enjoying their lives. You can't take away their work. You can't take away there's nowhere that they can run and hide that they won't be powerful gods and goddesses. There's nowhere that Marshall can hide that he's not gonna be acknowledged as big, powerful Eminem. You're not giving it up. You're walking away from it to find your happiness. Kim was happy just having a fling with, you know what I mean, Big Dick Davison. He made her feel free. She didn't have to be, wifey, and, you know what I mean, she didn't have to fill those roles. She could be someone's girlfriend and be young and dumb and fun. And in the middle of it, you know what I mean, while she's doing photo shoots and everything, he's there to keep her smiling and happy while she's got to hold this fucking shit up. You know what I mean? He's going to be the one that helps her wash her fucking makeup off at the fucking end of the night when she's not, And that's what it really is. It's like, are you guys ready to take it off and just find happiness? Always go down in history as even if there's, and that's it, it's like they'll never stop talking about the greatest because the greatest will be alive. Pac's like, you've already made win. All of you win. When are you gonna, you know what I mean? I don't need to do this for acknowledgement. I'm doing this because this music aligns with who I am. And really, it's my church and my story. I'm not writing music for, I wanted to write healing music, but it aligns with my actual life. And even yourself. You have people life. The bog word social, social, media was all that you. The picture. It used to be there where I'd sit there and compare myself and the picture. It used to be there where I'd sit there and compare myself and just thought I'd be better if there was stability. If there was stability. Is what I do capable of creating financial stability? I don't walk around like I am. I don't walk around like a poor person. No. And that's it. Why don't you have a job? Well, I don't have a home to leave my kids in to go to a job. And God said he wants me to work for him only as a priestess, and he'll provide for me. How does that work? Well, you'll have to watch my videos. He just miracles and wonders all the time. Really? Yup. Now, if we're going into this, how is this supposed to happen? Well, putting together the documentary isn't that difficult. I do most of the work on my own, but I also have my videographer who is a judge for the Denver Film Festival and actually has judged the documentary category, who's going to help me do this. Where's that money going to come from? The tax money that God's sending me in, that he held back from 3 years ago. All of this is in play. I just have to sit there and go through the play, through the movements. I don't have to make something happen. Now, in between that, yeah, I'm trying to get my car together, and I need to, I would like to have some stability of, some income coming in for that. To make, and that's it. My needs are minimal, and God knows what I need. He knows that I need money, and he's going to make sure that I have money to meet my needs, or that my needs are met with or without money. Okay? He knows that I need a house. He's working on that. Alright? I don't need a job. I need money. So walking around saying I need is stupid. I don't need a job. I need money until I can get this off of the ground. In essence, if I have to resort to a job for money, then that's how it works. But in essence, it's like, going back to it, day labors. That means I have, you know what I mean? That means I have side quests or gigs that I do, but not a full job. And that's where it is. I have a job. No, I do side gigs so that I can have money, but I don't have a job because I'm working on my career. And that's what it is. When you're telling the universe, am I telling the universe I need a job? I need financial stability to keep me going. And that's what it is. Are you being honest about it? Am I willing to take a job? Most definitely. But I'm not chasing one. That's understanding, what is a job? What does it provide for you? What do you need a job for? If you eliminate the pride of having a job and you realize that you're only seeking a job for money, then it opens up different possibilities of having money. If you're not seeking a title and just money, the universe can provide money, but when you're seeking a title, that's going to take some training, that takes time, that takes energy, that takes all kinds of rites of passages. If I say I want to be a manager, instead of just saying I want to make money like a manager, or saying I want to manage some shit, it's different. When you're walking around telling the universe I need a job, then they're going to give you a fucking job to do. I didn't say I needed a job to do. I got plenty to fucking do.